This is so freaking cool. Hey, what's up everybody? Dylan here from Iceberg TV. Today I've got some super fast MVP distance drivers. We're gonna be comparing them to the Neutron Trail. It just feels like, even though there's wider rim, faster drivers out there, I feel like I consistently get more distance on the trail in comparison to these other more wide discs that are in the MVP and Axiom lineup. So I've got two trails here today. We went with two blue trails, one with the Octopus, one stock. And then we're gonna be comparing it to the Catalyst, which is something I don't have a ton of experience with. This one's gone in and out of my bag a little bit. This Mayhem has been in my bag for months now. I've really been liking the distance I'm getting on it. And then we have a stock Catalyst as well. So I feel like the Catalyst and the Mayhem are two MVP drivers that kind of just fly under the radar. So what we're gonna do is throw the two trails and then see if we can't throw some of these other distance drivers farther than the trail goes. So we've got a 170 gram Neutron here first. I'm just not sure I'm gonna be able to throw anything farther than I just threw that. That's all the way over the hill. That's well over 400 feet. Now we've got Otto, the Octopus. Let's see if he can go even farther than the stock one. Oh, please don't hit the tree. Oh, I clipped the tree on the way through. All right, so we set a pretty big benchmark on our very first throw of the day there. Let's throw the two Catalysts and then we'll throw my Mayhem. The Catalyst is a 13 speed, 5.5 glide, -2 turn with a 2 fade. I have not thrown this disc in, I feel like, years. Whoa, okay, maybe I should put that thing back in the bag. I just absolutely drilled the golf flag. I'm pretty confident that was gonna go farther than the trail. I feel like fate just intervened in the trail's favor. That's actually insane. It's a good line as well, also a Catalyst. All right, I have no idea because of that hill which one has gone further at this point. Let's throw the Mayhem here. I actually don't know the flight numbers on the Mayhem, but I'll put them on the screen. Let's see if we can improve upon those. I like the line. I actually love the line. All right, I'm throwing some of the farthest effort-free backhands I've ever thrown in my whole life right now. Let's go check where everything went. Comment below, do you think the trail's gonna be farther? Do you think the Catalyst is gonna be farther, or the Mayhem? Let me know in the comments below. So I've been doing a ton of weightlifting, a ton of running, and I've been putting on a ton of strength in the weight room, been working really hard at it, and I am noticing, even though I've not been playing nearly as much disc golf, I've just been focusing on the training aspect of things. I've actually been throwing farther than I've thrown in a long time, just simply from getting stronger. So this may be a hot take, and I'm definitely gonna do more experimenting with this. Does weightlifting and strength training improve your distance more than doing field work? I'd love to know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. All right, so we're up on the golf green here. One of those shots, I remind you, did hit the flag, so that's going to affect the results here. We have a Catalyst here, coming in the shortest distance, the stock Neutron Catalyst. Then we've got the PFN Catalyst, that's a lot more domey than this one. These are the least farthest flying two on the first set. Then we've got the trail beating them by about 10 feet, give or take. But in a league of its own, after one set of throws, we've got this Mayhem right here, almost going far enough to get into the woods. If that came in with just a little more height, I would have, for the first time, put a disc into the woods. So that's actually pretty crazy. This thing is absolutely bombing right now. All right, so the wind is actually starting to pick up. We got a pretty stiff headwind coming in now. Let's try forehands back into the headwind. Right now, the Mayhem went way farther than everything else, but I do want to test this theory out on the forehand as well. For some reason, being so much narrower, it's not nearly as wide as some of these other drivers, still getting extremely respectable distance. Again, let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. I feel like the trail has just always been a cheat code for that reason. It's a little more comfortable because it's not as wide, but you still get that big driver distance. Let's try some flicks. All right, I need to focus on hitting a gap and not just wrenching it. We've got the stock trail here. Let's try and hit the meat of the gap here. That's boomed. Couldn't have hit that line any better for distance. Wow. Again, setting a really difficult to beat benchmark for the Catalysts and the Mayhem. So very similar. There's a lot of pressure on these other drivers to keep up. Catalysts, I think you can hit a similar line. Stay in the air. Yup. Again, I've got no clue which one is the farthest. I think that's what makes this fun right now. Even I don't know what's happening. All right, this Catalyst I think is a little more understable. Let's give it a whirl. Ooh, look at the flip on that thing. Wow. Landing directly under the bench. Again, right around that 400-foot mark to get to that bench, maybe plus or minus 10 to 15 feet, but pushing that 400 range. Now this Mayhem, I don't think I've ever forehanded it. It's mostly been a backhand driver, but this was the farthest flying disc after the first round. Oh, Dylan. Oh, Dill. All right, we're gonna have to see, did the Catalyst make it farther or did the trail make it farther? I feel like I hit pretty identical lines with both drivers, so let's walk up there and see where everything is. Coming up, 10 to 15 feet shorter, even though this thing's got a crazy wide rim on it. And I know that other disc was just under the bench. So the trail is gonna go ahead and win round 2 here. Yep, I can see the other Catalyst right there. All right, I did not expect this. The score is Mayhem 1, Trail 1, Catalyst 0. And I kind of was thinking the Catalyst was gonna be the farthest flying disc of the day. Let's throw everything one last time, but this is the sudden death match right here. This is to make or break it all, unless the Catalyst wins one here, but we'll start off with the trails. Oh, I got a hold of that, but it's... Distance is important, but hitting your line is more important. So I think that's a fair part of this test right now. Got to be able to hit a line with it. Hit a line with that. Wow. Yeah, I'm absolutely boosting discs right now, but I've been playing less disc golf than I have in years, and I've been mostly focusing on running and heavy weightlifting, so there's definitely something to it, because I feel like I'm boosting these pretty easily right now. Catalyst. Could not have thrown that any better. Oh, whoa, okay. Pretty sure I just threw that in the woods, which, as I just said before, I've never done before, so. Unless the Mayhem does the same thing, the Catalyst just won a round. Oh, I love it. Dude, I think I just put both of those in the woods. And I really wanted to make this video in particular ahead of the upcoming time-lapse release. I should be getting a video out before those release, and I'll probably come out and compare it to a lot of the same distance drivers to see how the new time-lapse compares. So that's what inspired me to come out and do this video, so I can get a little bit better handhold on which MVP drivers are actually going the farthest, and then we can compare the new time-lapse to it as well. All right, this is the critical moment right here. We've got the trail, which was absolutely boosted, coming up just short of the basket here. Right at the woods line, we've got the pink Catalyst, and then we've got the Mayhem right there. So the Catalyst coming in and winning a round. We're gonna go into sudden death here, winner take all, one throw with each mold. Let's see who can come out on top. All right, we got one trail, one Catalyst, and one Plasma Mayhem. This one's been doing better for me than the Octopus one, unfortunately, so we're gonna throw the stock one here. Headwind, looking for a little bit of hyzer flip and glide to the right. Oh, see? That matters though. I kind of liked how I threw that. So that trail in 8 miles an hour or 5 miles an hour of headwind kind of flipped on me. I think these faster drivers might be able to handle this headwind just a little bit more confidently. Maybe not. Look at it go. Wow. So the door is wide open for the Plasma Mayhem to take this thing down. It's just gonna boil down to, does it have the stability to handle a slight headwind? Like very slight. The trees aren't even moving. I can just feel it a little bit. Yeah. It had to be that way. I think the Catalyst logged the farthest throw of the day. So take that for what it's worth. But for which one's gonna stay in my bag, it's the one that I'm gonna be the one that I can hit the line with the most consistently. And I think for me, that's going to be the Mayhem. The Mayhem's been a really nice addition to my bag for those max distance shots where I still need that little bit of stability at the end. You can check one out at discgolfdealsusa.com/icebergtv. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Stay humble, live with gratitude. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. See ya.